Hello, everybody. This is Sree from Unique Solutions of Advanced Technologies. Thank you very much for joining me. And here I have a wonderful guest with me today onto my podcast, Sherri. Sherri is a vice president of Leonard Syrups. Leonard Syrups is one of the iconic organization here in Detroit, Michigan. And they've been in the market for almost 70 years and third generation organization, heading towards the fourth generation of the company. And Sherri is been a great leader and born and grown along with the Leonard Syrups and became a wonderful leader in the market. Sherri, how are you doing?
Good, Sree. How are you?
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining me on this call today. And do you want to say a couple of words about Leonard Syrups and about you to the audience here before we dive into the interview?
Sure, I'd love to. First, thank you for having me. My grandfather started Leonard Syrups back in the 1960s after graduating from Ohio State. And then my dad joined in the late 60s after graduating from U of M. My brother and I joined in the late 80s after graduating from MSU. So we have quite the football rivalry going over here at Leonard's. We manufacture craft sodas. So we have a Detroit City soda line that uses real pure cane sugar, and we have a high fructose corn syrup line called Motor City Soda.
I see.
And we have been making the same formulas since the late 60s.
Wow, that's a long-lasting formula.
It sure is.
And such a historic organization, and it will be there for a long-lasting life for the future as well, I can imagine.
I hope so. That's what we hope.
I am sure you will. I am sure you will. With such a great values in the organization and the way you are having your product line and foundation, strong foundation for the future, I'm sure you will be there for a long time. So in this call, I would like to ask you a couple of questions regarding the COVID situation. And yes, I want to think that COVID is in the rear view mirror, and we wanted to move forward with it. However, there is a lot to learn from the experience of this situation or pandemic that we went through, which is one in a lifetime that we will never see the entire world come to a screeching halt. Now, how is the business leaders like you have taken it, and how did you navigate it, and how did you get through it? As I'm talking to you right now in February 2023, so the COVID is thing of a past, and you survived. Leonard Syrups is growing and going forward with it, right? So there is lessons to learn for us. So my first question to you, Sherri, as a leader of the organization that's been standing for 70 years and 3 generations, when they announced the entire world is coming to a screeching halt, what came to your mind?
Oh, I think along with everybody else, I was terrified for us as a world, as a business, as families, as everything. So something my grandfather taught me back when I first started. He told me the story in the early 60s when we first started Leonard's. He was extremely happy to land the Tiger Stadium account, and
wow,
it became our only account. And for 2 years, that was wonderful. But as things change and we lost the account, we also lost all of our business. So my grandfather had to scramble, and we almost didn't make it. But he told me, don't ever put all of your eggs in one basket. Diversify, diversify, always go for. So our niche became small mom and pop restaurants and bars, because we have over 3,000, and it's so wonderful to service all of these small independent places. And when the pandemic hit, we were fortunate that we had diversified our product line enough so that if something was to happen to our soda, we would still have enough revenue to carry us through and, continue on. And what we focused on during COVID was our bulk CO2 division, because we have over 300 McDonald's, Burger Kings, Wendy's, which did stay open through the pandemic. There was also the marijuana grows that became prominent around that same time. And we have over 250 marijuana grows that use our CO2 to make their plants fuller and larger.
Taking the foundation that your grandfather has given you, Diversify, not just simply diversifying the customer base, but also diversifying the product base is the one helped you to get through the COVID pandemic. Did I state it correct?
Absolutely. That's
wonderful, wonderful. So taking that into account, give me a little bit more about what are the formula for diversification have you in place with the Leonard syrups, meaning diversified customer base and diversified product base. So what do you have in place that helped you to get through the COVID?
Well, our diversified customer base, we always make sure we're always looking for new customers to serve. So we started to serve like the Chrysler fire defense for all of their fire defense needs. Swimming pools, CO2 is used in swimming pools. Like I said, the marijuana grows. We always keep our eye. We're always reading new things, how we can utilize our products in other ways other than what you would come to the front of your mind. You'd think, oh, soda pop only, but there's so many different places where you can use CO2. Diversify product. Another way to diversify product lines is we're in the beverage industry. So when we go to a bar or restaurant, we look around, we think, well, what else could we deliver to them that they use on a daily basis? We've played around over time with dishwashing, detergents and things like that. Some things work, some things don't. And always remember to keep trying. If it doesn't work, if plan A doesn't work, there's 26 other letters of the alphabet or 25 left. You can continue on. And we have had major failures. We've had major successes. But one thing we never do is stop trying.
I am so glad to hear that. That is a wonderful lesson learned that you're sharing for the business community and for the future generations. Always try. There's 26 other letters if plan A doesn't work, which is a phenomenal formula. Thank you very much for sharing with that. Now, what kind of challenges that you received from the human resource standpoint during the pandemic?
That was very difficult. We came together as a team, and we knew we had to protect our workers, the ones that were going out on a daily basis. So it was a very big PPE. PPE was a big challenge. We couldn't get gloves. We couldn't get hand sanitizer. We couldn't get masks. And those are all the things that we needed our team to have on a daily basis. So we kind of thought outside the box. We came together. There was a brewery, local breweries were selling alcohol by the gallon. So we would go and we'd buy those. We bought small spray bottles on Amazon. We spent like 2 days in the office making 118 PPE bags for all of our guys with homemade spray bottles of alcohol. We had one of the guys, his wife was making masks, sewing them for us. She sewed us 250 masks to give to our guys. They were washable. We couldn't get thermometers. So we ordered boxes of digital strips that you put on your forehead, and everybody was given 5 of those each week to make sure they could take their temperature every day. Give them little snacks and little notes of encouragement. Thank you for all you're doing out there, because it is scary, and it was a scary time. And we did not ask anyone that didn't want to work if they did not feel comfortable. We allowed them to stay home. So we made, we made it work with the people that were able to come in and work every day.
Those are a lot of techniques that you have applied. It's a wonderful learning. Thank you very much for sharing those techniques that you have used to get through it. So as a leader of the business community, and not to mention you are a women leader in a male-dominated society. So what I would like to ask you here is, what is a advice that you would like to share with the young generation who wants to be an entrepreneurs, but because of the pandemic, they are gun shy about getting and become an entrepreneur? What do you suggest to them?
I guess I would say to them, just do it. I mean, don't be fearful. Be confident in yourself and your abilities. Keep up with technology. There's so much opportunity right now out there. Things are changing rapidly, and the young minds are incredible, and they just need to be confident enough in themselves to jump in and look at the companies around you. We had nothing, and we were confident enough in ourselves to say, let's give it a try. And like I said, we failed. And if you do fail, don't let that stop you. Pick yourself back up, brush yourself off, and say, you know what, I'm going to try this now, because eventually something will work, and it's worth it.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for sharing your experiences and your advice to the future generations, Sherri. You are a wonderful leader. I greatly appreciate your time and knowledge that you are here sharing with us on this podcast.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it. I wish you good luck.